Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another DC Universe Online video with Chris Dash. We're going to be talking about episode 44, Sins of Black Adam. Here's a list of my characters that I'm here showing you today. I'm going to be able to show you exactly what I was able to do with this DLC with the time given, with briefing, completion, and investigation completion. Here's a cinematic situation. Continue watching.
Powers and transfer them to me.
I know tricking people is like your whole deal, but Neron's way better at it than you. And I was stealing his powers when I made that deal. So enjoy the powers of laziness instead, you freaking nerd.
What? No!
Faust, your end will be slow.
And painful. Swear I was tricked.
To such a fool.
Your satisfaction is ever my desire. Let us press on. A clever trick, girl. Now step aside.
How about no? I might not have liked that dork, but I hoped he'd at least stop you losers.
Why stop us? Don't you want to fix Kahndaq? Rescue ISIS?
God, you adults are all the same. Every time it's a lecture. Don't mess with dark magic. Don't upset the natural order of things. Blah, blah, blah. Then as soon as an adult wants to pull a soul out of the underworld, it's suddenly the right thing to do? Someone's gotta stop you freaking hypocrites. And it looks like it's gonna have to be me.
I'm really glad to see you guys see the real gameplay with the hub on. For the most part, this is going to be Unchained Lightning on Elite. This feat was worth 25 points. I hope you guys really do enjoy. Everybody was doing good, so we got this to pop up on the screen. Overall look at a character with the CR 396 top CR in the game. You will have to have a contribution of two type of gear. You're going to have pieces of elite and pieces of normal, but you need the headpiece that is going to give you that overall number. For the most part, you were able to see the renowned, and the renowned is going to be on Shazamly, on Trusted. Here is going to be the headpiece that gets completed to level 40 and hits that achievement ranking that everybody wants to see. Here it is with the gear that I have with some OP pieces, and I mean, you know, 3 of them from the last DLC. This is some augments, amplified augments. And pretty much what I would tell you is that these are very important when you are playing with this DLC, when you're getting to that elite level or that plus level, with certain situations taking place where you might not get hit as hard. It might give you a kind of a defensive purpose situation where it might give you 35% that you won't get hit harder with this completed to the full amount that is necessarily, and that's going to be basically 28. So work around with that situation and keep playing with it and see what happens. I used some seals and made that work. Other than that, we had some downtime with the DLC not too long ago, and they were able to give us some gifts. Please take a moment and go check it out. If you do see it on your screen, that's good for you because you made it in time. For the rest of the people that didn't get it, I'm sorry. This is the new NPC, Metamorpho is the new NPC in Sins of Black Adam episode 44, and here's a cinematic look that you guys are seeing right now with just how the game looks, and then, you know, just flying and using abilities, helping out the individuals that live there in Kahndaq. And as you guys are seeing, I use a cosplay kind of character built, and his name is Black Adam from what you guys can see. I went with the retro old school. Here is where I show you the map, and the map is very important because what I'm showing you is how you actually get through phases with other people being in it, because this game is so huge and all these boss fights have so much people doing them. And this is Metamorpho just giving a background, you know, feeling about how he felt about, you know, being successful with you and giving you the mission. And there's going to be many more situations. Captain Adam, you know what I mean, is one of my popular characters on my channel from what you guys can see. You know what I mean? We're hovering around the locations where bosses are going to be. People are going to be looking at this situation. They're going to try to farm it. I was able to farm the boss feat for the 2 bosses for like I did it in the first day it came out. So when the first DLC, when it first came out, I did it the first day first boss, and then after the next update that came around with the second boss, Pride, I was able to do that the first day it came out, and I complete that situation. I just want to show you guys what takes place in Kahndaq, Sins of Black Adam, episode 44, the new DLC that you guys are seeing. Make sure you guys are avoiding some of these situations. When it goes red, it's a pulsing move that hits you up from the barrier around you, so you do not want to be outside of that barrier when that goes red. When it goes yellow, it means you need to start making your way closer to the circle where he is basically putting the AoE attack, or the AOG, whatever you want to say. Other than that, Shazam gives you a good thumbs up, and then he gives you the reward. And here's just a little bit more of my characters from what you guys can see. You know, this is going to be Amon Sir. There was a Green Lantern in the area. I thought it was the right way to put it. And if you guys know, some of these bosses are going to be in the alert, and pretty much they have some really, really tough moves that you're going to have to bypass. But for the most part, I was able to get the ones that are the leaders in Kahndaq and basically knock him out, and without no hub, you know, just believing my loadout works for me. For the most part, DPSing with hard light is actually pretty fun. I am considered a might DPS from what you guys can see, and I post up things that I'm possibly doing on my journal when I'm locking in to doing missions and stuff, and then seeing the ruins. Hiding behind the pillars and those situations can save your life. Make sure you are not standing in the open area when that pulse hits, because it will do some damage. It will definitely do some damage, and pretty much if you're not rolling with a group, you're not going to really see those final achievements. So from what I'm showing you guys, another ruin. I like this little going on, this look with the fire. I really like it going on right here, you know what I mean? One day they might pop out something for you guys when you guys can see something like that, an added effect. But for the most part, Razor is one of my best DPSs on my channel. I like to talk about him because he definitely looks the part like 99.9% of the time. And for the most part, you know what I mean, Rach is one of the top DPS powers slash tanking powers in the game, because it's such a balanced power when it crosses over. And when it does cross over, it does give a feel where you can feel in control of what's going on, particularly in the moment of what's going on. For the most part, every Thursday you would have to go through these situations that it's gonna put you all over throughout the map of episode 44, Sins of Black Adam. We're coming to the end of this DLC. We might just have at least 2 more weeks. I have not seen anybody post up anything on the forums and talking about it, but I can tell you everyone's talking about Shock to the System. Shock of the System is going to be the new DLC in this game that's going to be popping up in the next couple weeks, and I hope to show you guys some of that situation. I really wanted to round off this DLC with this good feeling of completion and understanding where I was supposed to be. I'm happy that the devs and everyone's worked together, you know, Styles, and they made something work, and I was able to sit here and be entertained for 3 months, you know what I mean, however long that these DLCs last, because they try to get out 4 DLCs throughout a whole entire year. For the most part, everything that I'm showing you, you must do on your own time. These will ultimately give you a feat. This feat will ultimately make your character stronger, and getting more feats will make your character stronger. It's all about the repetitive percentages that you're going to get. You want to start hitting from 1s to 2s to 3s to 4s to 5s to 6s to 7, and then, you know, rounding up and going up and going up. And the whole point is you're trying to get to the nearest roundup number. You never want to go down. You want to move up. And pretty much there's a boss pretty much around this area that you will have to defeat. If you defeat the boss before defeating the ads, you will still contribute to your feat or your completion of completing it for the day. But for the most part, if you want that ad feat, you must collect it. If you know what I'm talking about when it comes to this situation right here, Iris, she has a mission for you when you first log into this DLC, if you have not done it, and you will have to do all the missions on regular, and then you will get a reward, but you have to do it in sequence. You're going to have to do it in sequence. On your journal, it's going to tell you what you have to do first, second, third, and fourth. You just do that, you queue up, you complete it with a group. However you do in there, you keep getting falling, you keep getting knocked out. As long as you complete it, as long as you complete it as a character and you make it to the last scene cut where they explain how you look at the scoreboard and where did you do and what did you do the most, the power outage, the healing out, taking in damage, damage output, add damage, boss damage, you know, whenever, as long as you see that and you complete it, it will continuously show you again that you have completed it, that you need to move on to the next thing on your objective list. Okay, so it's an objective that you're doing. I'm happy that you guys were able to see Queen Mara. Queen Mara was a couple DLCs behind and now is my top character for CR. But Velzad has been the newest character on my channel that you guys have seen. He is going to be considered the Black Superman. And here he is doing some boss fights and getting feats for doing these missions and doing them with a group and without a group. You know what I mean? I was here with groups, I was here without groups, and I was tanking by myself. So I didn't join up with anybody. I was able to do this by myself. And pretty much I was happy that I was able to get lit footage for you guys. Here I am using my replay badges, and my replay badges are very important because they get me where I want to be. And I was able to show you the new UI hub that they have for the game. Here's my league inviting me to a mission, and I was happy to be there with them. We had a great time. They all look good, and they are very expensive characters from what I can see with the material that they're wearing and what the gears look like, and you know, just being here. Realistically, I have a good league. I play in a cosplay league. From what you guys can see Superman, Aquaman, you can see Flash, you could see Shira, you could say Martian Manhunter, you could see Superman's dog, you see Shira's backup, you know, individuals. There's a lot of things taking place, you know what I mean? So I'm just happy that we were able to go through these scene cuts and be a part of all of this situation, you know what I mean? So for the most part, I'm just happy to be a part of it. Batman's even popped up on the scene, and I'm here showing you no hub and how it looks. It's really fun to play with no hub. There must be a feature that I'm going to have to look into settings that will show me my hub when I want it, and then if I stop moving, it's gonna disappear. I'm gonna have to find out where it is, or I'm gonna have to do some research and do some video info and try to figure out how I can actually be able to lock into doing my settings and properly working it on my characters or my situation on my PlayStation. So for my characters on my account, for the most part, this mission was really good. We were able to get to ROE, Elite, Regular, and try to get to Plus. We were able to get to NUE, and then after R, we were able to think about joining to the Plus. You know, all these things are all challenges. And then the event version is free to play for everybody. Everybody can play it. But for the most part, this is actually going to be something that you're going to get into and think about to yourself. Are you up for the challenge? You know what I mean? As an MMO game, RPG, lock-on system, you know what I mean? You have the mobility of moving around and completing what you need to do, and the ball is in your hands. Your abilities are in your hands. Your consistent attitude towards completion is in your hands. As long as you know that you have a good group around you, things will achieve every single moment you are touching the controller. As long as you are properly giving yourself instructions on what you want to do. And I was getting back to back in these situations every single day or sometime in the week. And these things will ultimately trickle down to understanding and knowing what might happen and repetitiveness, and the game might change its sliders on how certain damages of moves take off more damage than others. You know what I mean? As a community, we can complain and say, hey, why is that move doing so much damage? And then they will nerf it, and then pretty much it will still be challenging, because if it hits you more than one time, it will obviously do what it needs to do, take you out from the game. And for the most part, I just was happy to show you the most best looking parts of the game with the hub not being there, and for the most part, you as an individual will have to put yourself up for the challenge. If you're up for it, you can make a lot of looking good characters in this game. Knowing what to do and how to do it in this game will start from the beginning, and you will ultimately have to use those same skills to improve your skills over a period of time when you are coming back into these situations. This mission that we're doing is going to be considered GP, GP, okay? And GP is one of the alerts for this new DLC, Sins of Black Adam. And pretty much Iris is the one who's going to be a part of this situation, and she's confused right now, but she wants to restore order because she feels that Black Adam doesn't love her, being her dead side. And he says that I will always love you no matter who you are because you were the person I chose, meaning the person Iris. So she's Iris, but she is moving from a different sense of like living space, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't seem living. She's like from the dead. And pretty much they're trying to get the living and the dead of her to combine so they can have her back whole again, because from what you guys have known, the man in charge of this DLC, who's everyone's talking about, you go look it up and go find him out. He's in the solo. He is the man that actually made the deal with Black Adam, knowing that his wife will stand behind him no matter what. So this is what's going on, and she stood by him, and she still stands by her through death and life, you know what I mean? But he needs to go find them both so he can have the whole of her again. And that is the whole situation, and he commits and confesses his love for her, and she sees that he's not giving up on her for what she looks like and whatnot. He wants her to just be happy about what her decision will be, and she chose Black Adam again, and now they're going to be back on the move doing what they did. Highlight completions, these are basically when you have completed the situation and it's your first time doing it. I was able to get Razor to be top DPS. I wanted to show that there, and here is the guy who's holding the cards in his hands, and this gentleman is pretty strong. I seen him in Elite Plus. He gives a lot of people some work, and he's not something that's just easy to take out. I want you to look very closely on who I'm hitting so it can help you get this feat in this DLC for this mission, the solo mission for Sins of Black Adam. This boss fight was not easy, but you have to be very careful on how your speed of your DPSing is, because he can quickly go into a situation and your attacks like that, and he will ultimately continuously leave you in your moment of attacking. You got to be very present with those situations. The one with the most smoke on it, with the green, very dark green look on it, with smoke moving up, is the one that you're going to hit majority of the time. This is going to be, you know what I mean, Amon Sir again, you know what I mean, his Yellow Lantern stage. And most definitely here it is, a look of what it looks like in this area that you guys are going to be battling in, and it's really nice, you know what I mean, really nice to look at. Velzad, you know what I mean, is one of my favorite characters on my list right now because of the fact that his storyline is going to be making the movies very soon. And these movies that you're about to see him in is not just any typical movie. DC is now starting to write up a story. I don't know who the actors are going to be for this individual, but you're going to see a lot of great cinematic situation between what Black Superman is capable of doing. So maybe, hopefully, we might see him next year, this month, like close to Black History Month, and they kind of, you know, give it a incentive opening for, you know what I mean, strength and being strong and being a man and being a young man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that's incorporated into this, you know what I mean? But for the most part, you know what I mean, Black Superman is going to be the talk of the town very soon. And here we are defeating Pride or Greed. And Greed is just one of those guys who just basically just wants to get through everything and just wants to have everything. So that's just what it is. Other than that, you're going to hear some audio in the background of these situations. I'm not going to be too loud. I'm going to be just very discreetly behind the scenes talking. I want you guys to listen what's in the game because they definitely did not waste any time in this game, giving you guys exactly what you're looking for: a nice audio, a nice storyline, and something that you guys can listen to and say, hey, I really like the storyline. I had to put it in order. You know, sometimes they give you the order, like, you know, they give you a solo, duo, alert, you know what I mean? They gave you 2 raids and something to work with, you know what I mean? Where with other people in this situation. So I'm just happy that we were able to just show you exactly what you are seeing here today is what you're actually going to have to do on your screen. And when I say transparency, it means basically when you play, you're ultimately trying to be as successful as much as you can. And here it is, another feat that I was trying to get earlier, and I was able to do it on the regular version. So I wanted you guys to see it. Continue watching the cinematic situation. I hope you guys enjoy everything you guys are watching right now. We were very victorious throughout this whole DLC. We made everything possible, and I'm happy again. My characters are getting stronger, their artifacts are getting stronger, and we are only making it better. The looks are getting better. So continue watching this all the way to the end. Like, subscribe, and follow up with the channel. I will see you guys in the future with some more other situations. But for now, continue watching this cinematic audio slash video that you guys are seeing with the characters in it, Captain Adam, Black Adam, and the man himself that is right now running this DLC. For the most part, get ready for shock to the system. We gotta stay tuned. Everybody's gotta stay tuned. Get closer to the practice PC situation, because when you guys have that world open, you guys gonna be spilling all the secrets. So I'm gonna be watching very closely to that. So let's get right. For the most part, my name is Chris Dash. Follow, like, subscribe, and follow up the channel. Comment if you want to. Share the video, and I will see you guys again with another video. It's been real. This DLC has been wrapped, and I just showed you everything you need to know. For the most part, if you guys have anything else, stay tuned.
Kahndaq will suffer.
And half for the Underworld.
What? No!
What trick is this?
Oh, how unfortunate that you didn't think to specify which half would end up where. Such is life. Now I'm afraid I have changes to Kahndaq. Ta-ta.